Ahoy, hoy, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The O Show. I'm O, and I'm here for your amusement. Okay, you guys, so Christmas came early this year because Disney Plus has released a new holiday movie a few days ago on November 17th, and it is called Dashing Through the Snow. It stars Ludacris Bridges, and Little Rel Howery. First of all, how old is Lil Rel going to be until we stop calling him Lil Rel? I'm just saying. Um, but no, it's a cute movie. So Lil Rel is playing Santa Claus, and Ludacris is playing a character named Eddie, who does not have the holiday spirit, y'all. Who knew? um, you know what? Here's the thing. This is a really cute movie. I will say that I chuckled here and there. Um, you pretty much know what's gonna happen. It's like every movie. Like someone doesn't believe in Santa Claus. Santa Claus is like, but I'm real. Oh my God, believe in me. And at the end of the movie, something happens, and then they go, "Oh, this really is Santa Claus," and then everyone lives happily ever after until New Year's, because they probably break up when New Year's Eve rolls around. But that's all right. I mean, it has a story. It has a story. So let's talk about it. Okay, so Ludacris is I guess divorced from his ex, who's played by Tiana Paris, and they have an adorable little girl. This girl named Madison Sky somebody. I don't know. I'll put her name up. But she is super adorable and cute in this movie. That's probably the best thing about this movie. Just watching her act because she's so awesome in it. Um, but apparently he was traumatized because back when he was a little kid, he went to see a Santa Claus, and the Santa Claus was like, "What's your address? I'm gonna bring you presents." And then turns out the Santa Claus broke in and tried to steal the presents. The dad like fights with the Santa Claus. Now everyone hates Christmas. So that was actually kind of funny. But now he runs into a Santa Claus at his neighbor's house while he is trying to feed the cat because the neighbors are out of town. Side note, they show this cat who has like a stupid name. I forgot the cat's name. But they never actually show him feed the cat. And now he's like running around town and doing all this mess with Santa Claus. Does he ever feed the cat, y'all? Like that's what I want to know. Is the cat alive? Okay, so anyway, while he's in this house, Santa is like upside down in the chimney coming in, and of course he's there to leave presents, but Luda thinks he's stealing, just like the Santa Claus back in the day. So the whole time he's trying to give the Santa Claus some help, like taking him to the doctor, taking him to the police station. That's like most of the movie, um, and it's Santa going, well, stuff is not working. I don't know why. So of course I can't prove that I'm the real Santa Claus in front of you. Okay, now here's another issue I have with this movie because like obviously the reindeer would have dropped him off at this house and stayed on the roof like decent ass reindeer. But when he comes out of the house, the reindeer are nowhere to be found and he can't call them. I'm spoiling this movie anyway. So we learned that stuff's not happening because Luda. I'm gonna say Luda. I know I should be saying Eddie, but I already messed that up twice. Um, Luda doesn't believe, and of course at the end he believes, and then like the reindeer come, and apparently Santa's like, well, they were just circling the sky until you believe. Why? Like, so at first he tries to call the reindeer with this like clicker thingy, right? And he's like, well, I don't understand why it's not working. I'm sure this is not the first time that someone has not believed in Santa because everywhere he goes, they're like, who are you? You're not Santa. We're going to arrest you. So it's weird that he figures things out as to why things are not working at the last minute. Like, don't you know? Like, you say to the movie that you know what his deal is. So you should know he's not believing in you. So why are you surprised when shit's not happening, Santa? I hated that part. I hated that so much. And what also drove me crazy is that the little girl, she obviously believes. So I don't understand why some things aren't working and other things are not. Like they could have had some things happen because at least the little girl that's near him believed and whatever. But I mean, I guess you need 100% of the reindeer to come to you. Like everyone standing around you has to believe. So I ain't really like all that. So the main part of this movie is there are these bad guys, and the leader of the bad guys is this crooked senator person played by Oscar Nunez. I think his name is like Conrad Harf. um, and he's chasing Santa through the whole movie. You don't know why he's chasing Santa through the whole movie, and then you eventually figure out it's because he has this iPad, and you're like, why are they chasing for his iPad? But the iPad apparently has all the bad guy information in it and the corruption of this senator. And if it falls into the wrong hands, the senator goes down. So, and how did he get this iPad, you may ask? When he was in their house, he thought he was at another person's house, but it ended up being the senator's house. And whenever he's at a house that no one is at, if they're out of town on vacation, he has an iPad with him, and he plays music, and I guess he dances in their living room. Um, yeah, that. And so when he realizes, I guess he's in the wrong house, his iPad goes here, the bad guy's iPad goes here, and he doesn't know which was which, so he just grabs one and leaves, and of course it turns out to be the bad guy's iPad. Which brings me to my problem number 3. The movie ends, but it never says, like, did he ever go back to get his iPad? So is there like a Santa Claus iPad just sitting around someone's house? I mean, I guess if it's, well, I don't know if it's locked, because at first he was like, how do I get in? It's locked. So he couldn't get into the bad guys until later. We find a combination later. But is his iPad open? And can anyone just go into the Santa Claus iPad? That's a story. They left that open. I hate it.
Well, hello, baby girl. How are you today?
So good. It's Christmas Eve.
Oh, yeah, that.
Your child loves Christmas. Just have fun.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree.
Dad, is that nice?
They sound like wounded ducks. And what was that? Do you mind telling me what you're doing in my chimney?
Can you see me?
What's your name?
My name is Nicholas Santa Claus.
What is this?
Oh, the carrots. The missus said I need to eat healthier, so she think this will wing me off the cookies. Hasn't worked so far.
If you're really Santa, tell me what Charlotte wants for Christmas.
She wants a pretend makeup kit and a scooter.
He's right. See, Dad?
I've never met an 8-year-old girl that did not want a pretend makeup set. And who are they?
It looks like a snowman and an elf and a nutcracker, a.k.a. every Tuesday at my house. Got a dash. Oh, no.
What is going on?
Those bad guys are after my naughty and nice list, but I got some associates here. Eddie's a non-believer.
Really? Oh, claustrophobic.
I'm sorry, what?
Claustrophobic, fear of Santa Claus.
That's ludicrous.
I get it. You don't believe, but I have to deliver Christmas gifts tonight.
Dad, we need to help him.
Where are you guys?
We're at Santa Claus, and he sweats glitter, and there's these people, and they aren't actually elves.
Bring my child home.
Why don't you have a white beard?
I dyed it. If I want to look younger, I deserve that.
How can these two outfox us? Outrun us?
All I want to do is have you start believing again. What you about to witness is a sleigh being pulled by 8 beautiful reindeer. It's mispaired to Bluetooth.
Who do you work for?
Some people think I work for Mother Nature or Father Time. Recently, everybody thinks I work for Beyonce. But no, every married man will understand this. I work for Mrs. Claus.
Somewhere down the line, there's this family that's like seeking Santa, I guess, every year. It's a mom, a dad, a son, and a daughter. And they're in this van, and they're like, oh, we track you every year. You just so happen to be down the street and blah, blah, blah. Like, this is the first time they finally ran into Santa. But Santa knows them, but like I see where they were going with that, but I mean, is this family doing this every year? And then they make it sound like this is the first time they actually were able to track him and know where he is and be where he is. So how long and how far do they go? Like, do they go to Chicago and New York? Can't go overseas. So are they just staying in Atlanta? This movie takes place in Atlanta, by the way. The nice part of Atlanta, by the way. Also, too, there's a part where they're in this cab, and Santa seems to like jumping out of moving vehicles for some reason. I don't know what kind of message he's showing these kids watching this, but at one point he left his sack in a cab. Yeah, because like at one point they're in a cab, one point they're like in an Uber, but this was like a cab van, and he leaves the sack, and then I think the little girl's name is Charlotte, and she's like, "What about his bag?" And Luda's like, "Well, just leave it." So did he lose the? Are they just magical presents riding around Atlanta now? Is like it's the does he? How's he? At the end of the movie, when the senator guy gets caught and they're all going to jail now, Santa tells him like, "Oh, when you were little, you wanted this Action Arthur toy that like punched and did this and whatever." And he was like, "No, I don't know what to talk about." And then and then Santa magically like pulls a present out of somewhere and gives it to him. So he opens it, and it's an Action Arthur doll, right? I mean, here's my thing. What the hell? Action Arthur? You know, like when you're a little kid and you go into like a dollar store, you're like, "Mommy, I want that." And she's like, "What the hell is that?" You're like, "It's Action Arthur." Like, that's what it sounds like. Action Arthur? It's just the stupidest name for a toy. It sounds like something you get from like the flea market. Okay, and lastly, like, this movie's called Dashing Through the Snow. It doesn't start snowing till like after like an hour. And this movie's an hour and 30. And it's like after the hour mark, it does start to snow. And they're not really dashing through the snow, right? And then, like, it's lightly snowing. Okay, and the song was like, "It hasn't snowed here in 30 years." And Luda's like, "Oh, maybe because last time it snowed when I was a little kid, I believed." Okay. Storm creator. But, and then when Luda finally gets his daughter to his mom's house, her house looks like there was a fucking blizzard over it for like 3 days. Like it's all covered with snow. It wasn't covered with snow like that in the city. Maybe they're just maybe. I mean, I live in a city and there's suburbs. I guess parts of the suburb might get more snow than us, but you need to show it. Okay, if you're dashing through the snow, there be a damn blizzard outside. Why do they do this to me? All right, anyway, y'all. So that was Dashing Through the Snow. It's fun. It's a fun movie. Like, I think kids will get a kick out of it. It's nice to see a black Santa from beginning to end in a movie and them not being corrupt. And Lil Howery is he plays a really good Santa. First of all, you know, Lil Rel has that laugh where he goes, oh, I want to spill my my peppermint martini. But he has that damn laugh that just works because he's, you know, instead of going ho ho ho, he's going yeah. So it's fun. There are little nitpicks like I said, like, you know, this would have been a really good time for Ludacris to do a soundtrack on this movie. You know, like we can watch the movie, I can hate it, you can love it, but then he could have had like a. Are we gonna get like some new music from Luda? I'm just saying. Anyway, y'all, I made this martini and forgot to set up shot glasses. But if I had to give this movie some shots, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Here, I'm gonna take 3 sips. Look. I mean 2 sips. Sorry. I'm giving it 3. Okay, there we go. I already forgot how my rules work. Alright, have you seen, what's the movie called? Dashing Through the Snow. Let me know in the comments what you think. Again, you know, you watch it. It's a fun watch. You just add it to your little movie collection every year at Christmas. Again, the little girl is like adorbs, so I would just watch it for her because she made the movie. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. So, alright, you guys. So, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you, actually, after this video, I will be doing some Thanksgiving movie reviews because this is Thanksgiving week. So until then, TTFN.